Hello everyone, welcome to my July favorites as well as my No Buy July finale. I thought that I would just put the two together. So I'll start with my No Buy July. So it was what I would consider to be a success. I purchased absolutely no makeup during the month of July. I did purchase two beauty products. I repurchased my Garnier Micellar Water, and I also bought a big bottle of the Cinema Secrets brush cleaner. Both products I really did need, especially the Cinema Secrets brush cleaner. That stuff is almost always out of stock, so when I ran out and saw that it was still available, I had to buy it. So those were my two purchases for the month. So I will be switching from a no buy to a low buy just because there are things that I want to purchase for my channel. There is definitely a separation between the makeup I use every day and the makeup I use on my channel and the things that I want to review, to compare, just so that I also have a little bit of knowledge and expertise so I can help answer people's questions and so I can be a little bit more informative because it's something that I want to do. So it's more of in like the hobby budget than in my beauty budget, but I'm definitely trying to keep things in control so it doesn't get overwhelming and I'm just not spending like nuts because that's not cool. I need to rein it in and be smart about it. So I'm trying to focus on things that I haven't tried right now and things that I want to. So I've made two purchases. One thing is something that I just really wanted for myself, a lipstick, and the other thing is something that I wanted to purchase to try out for my channel and to be able to answer people's questions and to give reviews and that kind of stuff, the stuff that I enjoy doing. So there's definitely going to have to be a little bit of a balance there, which I'm going to have to figure out. So that's something I will work on figuring out moving forward, but I feel like I can definitely keep up the low buy thing, so I just won't go too crazy with unnecessary spending. I would love to do like a full year no buy because I feel like I definitely could do it with all the stuff that I have, but it's a little different with my hobby, with what I want to do in other areas, which causes me to purchase a couple of things that I probably wouldn't do otherwise. But anyway, let's move into my product favorites. So I have a few things here, some stuff that are going to be repeat things that I've talked about before. If I've been consistent with things, I think that that can be helpful as well. So I will go roughly in the order that I would put these products on my face, or roughly in the order that I would use them. So the first thing I have here is from Too Faced. This is the multi-use sculpting concealer. So I have two shades. I have Snow and I have Swan, and I've been using these mostly for carving out my eyebrows. So I mentioned in another video, but in case you missed it, I actually shaved off the tails of my brows to kind of make it a little bit easier for me to shape them. And it's been a learning process, but I feel like I'm definitely figuring out what's working for me and my brows are getting better for me. Just based on myself, not comparing myself to anybody else and their skill and talent, just looking at me and my improvement, I've definitely noticed a difference, and I love this concealer for helping with that. So I will just open the concealer like this, and I take an angled brush and I take the product off, and then I can sculpt out my brows. I usually bring it down a little bit further and then I blend it onto my lid, which seems to help add additional priming layers to my eye as well, but I do still use a primer. And then I bring the concealer up a little bit above my brow. I don't keep it really close. That way I can blend it in easier to the foundation, but this tends to be one of the first steps. So like when I'm doing my makeup, I'll do eyeshadow primer, maybe face primer, but definitely eyeshadow primer first, draw on my brows, and then sculpt them out and then move forward from there. And it seems to be working really well for me. It definitely has added a couple of minutes to my routine, but I feel like the end result is so much better. I will use this stuff underneath my eyes as well as concealer. However, I found that in the really hot, humid weather, it was really breaking up on me and it was creasing dramatically. I am wearing it a little bit underneath my eye area right now, and I do really like it for video and for filming and for short periods of time, just because it completely blanks everything out. It's definitely a very full coverage concealer, but I feel like wearing it for too long, it gets really creasy and it breaks up a little bit, so gotta be careful with that. So I'm more inclined to pick this up to do my makeup with this big beautiful mirror than I am with one without, but I've definitely been spending more time trying to do my makeup for filming just because I've wanted to, and I will just put this right out on my vanity, open, and use another mirror in order to complete my looks. But it's such a beautiful eyeshadow palette. Very expensive, yes, both of them, but some of the best shadows I've ever used. I feel like giving these guys another shout out because I'm constantly using them. These are from Clionadh Cosmetics and it's the Aftershock highlighters. This quad is my favorite in particular. I still have been loving Circuit. These are beautiful iridescent highlighters that you can use on your cheeks, on your eyes, inner corner, brow bone, all over the lid, on your lips. They are absolutely unique and stunning. There's a couple of shades that remind me of the Alchemist palette from Kat Von D, which is why I was going to do a dupe video talking about how much better these are. They are so much better, and especially if you are Canadian. Clionadh is an independent Canadian makeup brand. I love these so much, and I love that they're Canadian as well. It makes me love them even more. I want to try even more of their products, but these highlighters, I haven't found anything better. I want a couple of more shades. I'm hoping for something a little bit orange, something a little bit green. I can think of a couple things that I'd really like from them, and I'm hoping that it will happen, that they'll expand these highlighters because they are so good. My preferred way of using them is inner corner brow bone. It helps to just bring a little bit of extra interest to any eye look. Speaking of a little added interest, I've been loving these Pixi liquid fairy lights. So these are liquid glitters. I've been loving Sunbeam and Crystalline. Crystalline especially. Sunbeam is a gold. It actually reminds me a little bit of the Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy, that liquid glitter liner, but this is a doe foot applicator. I don't like it all over my lid because it reminds me of the Stila glitters too much in that it falls down and rains down my cheek, but I love it on the inner corner of my eye. I really, really love it. Especially Crystalline, which is very iridescent but has a very strong blue tone to it. It looks incredible with red eyeshadow, which is what I've been using when I've been panning my Master Palette by Mario. So a little bit of like a blue Aftershock highlighter from Clionadh Cosmetics and a little bit of the Crystalline glitter in the inner corner, and it's beautiful. Speaking of Pixi, I mentioned this in my last Get Ready With Me. This is a glowy Gossamer duo in Subtle Sunrise, and as I said, there's nothing subtle about it. You can see the dip in this side of this highlighter. This is what I've been wearing almost every single time I'm filming, unless I'm doing something kind of weird, like if I'm wearing a colorful highlight or something from like Moonchild or something. Otherwise it's been this highlighter because it's just so incredibly glowy. It blew my mind when I first used it. I wasn't expecting to be so blown away by it, and then I started using it, and there's no glitter in it. There's no glitter, so that's the pink one on the bottom, and that's the shade I've been using up here. There's no glitter in here. It's just this insane highlight. I actually have held off buying the new Natasha Denona Super Glow just because I've been liking this one so much. I'm like, I'm sure it's good. I'm sure I will fall in love with the Natasha Denona one, but this Pixi shade is everything that I've wanted. It's more dramatic than the other Natasha Denona highlighter that I've been using on the daily. It just blows my mind with how beautiful it is. There's no glitter. It just almost looks like a liquid, and I just want to bathe in it. It's so beautiful, and this particular shade is this beautiful pale gold. I love that it's not a very yellow gold. I like that it's not too silvery either. It's really right in the middle, so it's very complimentary for me, because sometimes I have a problem with highlighters that pull one way or another. It can just end up looking like straight up silver or straight up pure gold, like streaks on my face. And this one, I find that it blends in really well, but still keeps that real dramatic effect. And it's become my new favorite thing. I'm such a highlighter junkie, and that has just made me so happy. I'm gonna mention this guy for the 30th time. This is from Kevyn Aucoin. This is the Capri 3-in-1 bronzer. So it's got the highlight, the blush, and the bronzer shade. You can see all that pan on there. That's how much I've been loving this bronzer. I know I'm supposed to be panning the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I don't care. I've been loving this one too much to stop using it. I love mixing it together with a little bit of the blush shade, and it gives me such a natural looking bronzer. I've hated bronzer for so long, and my opinion has totally been changed since I started using things that are good, but this has been the best thing that I've used. It just looks so natural, so healthy, and I I just feel like I found such a good combination of makeup products that I really truly love. Just a couple more things. I have a couple of blushes that I've really been loving. The first one, actually they're both from Milani. This one is the baked blushes. So I know a lot of people used to talk about the baked blushes, haven't really for a while. This particular one is called Bella Bellini, and this has been kind of my daily blush for the last couple of weeks. I was trying to pan a couple of things. I was trying to focus on some other things that I had in my collection, but these two blushes have really overtaken everything else. This one has a little bit of golden shimmer in it. It actually reminds me of a shadow from the Sweet Peach palette from Too Faced, just in blush form. I can definitely blend it out a little bit, but I actually really like a strong cheek look. Sometimes I will focus on certain features and sometimes I do them all, and sometimes I just really like a very dramatic cheek. And I feel like this is one of those blushes that can just end up looking natural. Like it can just look like you are naturally highlighted and just glowy. It's not like you have a ton of glitter or shimmer on your face. That's what I've been loving about these products, is that they just can look a little bit more natural if you want to wear them that way, but I can also just really drape my cheeks to the 80s, and I love that as well. Now, this other Milani one I've been loving is one of these color wheel things. So this is Color Harmony Pink Play. So there's different shades of pink in here. I generally just swirl my brush around for a kind of custom pink with a tiny hint of purple in there. This has been something that I've really liked wearing kind of dramatically on my face, because there is no shimmer in it. This is something that I will pair with more dramatic eye looks. I can also focus my brush a little bit more up towards here, which is the lighter color. There's a little bit of a purple down here at the bottom, but the top here has more pink. So to me, it's the top. The top here is lighter pink, and it's such a beautiful, healthy, natural looking flush that you can play with a little bit. And I've been just loving it so much. And lastly, two lip things I want to mention kind of quickly. They are very subtle lip things. The first thing is from Givenchy. This is the Perfect Pink Lip Balm. So this doesn't really have much of a tint to it at all. It's really just a slight hint of a tint for a lip balm, and I've been enjoying this. I really like the packaging, heavy duty. It's expensive, and you can tell that it's expensive, so I've been really enjoying using that, and it lives in my purse. Same with the Glossier Balm Dot Com. I got the birthday one. This is the best lip balm I've ever used, and if I lost all of my lip balms tomorrow, this is the only one I would repurchase, and I would be totally okay with that. This thing is amazing. This is what I wanted the Bite Agave lip mask to be. That was so heavy and thick and felt horrible on my lips. Hated it. This stuff feels amazing. Plus, I love the scent. It's got that beautiful vanilla cake thing. I'm such a vanilla cake person. I hate chocolate cake. I know it's kind of controversial. Somebody's gonna disown me after that. But birthday cake tends to be like vanilla with vanilla frosting and rainbow sprinkles, and I'm totally a 4-year-old, so I love that. I love this. This is just the most hydrating lip balm. I am definitely going to either declutter or pan the other ones I have, with the exception of one from Fresh, which I will keep because it's a different format and I really enjoy the Fresh sugar lip balms as well, but I only need one and I want to have one of these. And that's it. This just lives in my purse. Every time my lips are feeling a little bit parched, I will use this. It gives me that little bit of gloss, but it's not sticky, it's not tacky, it's not super shiny, it's not like a vinyl lip, but it's still obviously a gloss, and it's just incredible. I bought a couple things from Glossier. This was the only thing that was really any good, and the thing that I will definitely keep going back to. In terms of a non-beauty favorites, I don't have a whole lot that's different from the last time I did one of these. I'm still obsessed with Pokemon Go, playing as much as I possibly can. Thank you to everyone who is my friend on there and sending me gifts and accepting gifts, and it's just, I love it. Especially all of you super distance people. I already have my silver medal for distance because I've been trading distance Pokemon, except for the Lowland Muck I have from San Francisco, which I'm never getting rid of. It is perfect. It's rainbow. It's from San Francisco. It couldn't be better than that. So anyway, if I haven't gifted you in a little while, let me know. Like, send me an email or message or something. I've got so many friends I'm trying to go through, but you can only have so many gifts at one time. You can only open so many in a day. It's been a little bit difficult for me to kind of stay on top of it. I've been trying, but I know I've been bad. So if I've been bad and I haven't gifted you in a little while, let me know and I will do that ASAP. I've also been loving some weird random stuff. I picked this up at Michael's. This is gonna be hard to show because it's actually a mirror, but I've been loving this sort of aesthetic that's finally coming back because all the fall stuff's in stores, and this is making my life because it's like flowers and bones, and that is just my ideal aesthetic, and there's glitter there too. I love things that are creepy and weird and just skulls and bones and stuff, but I also love it when it's tied with flowers and glitter because that is just who I am. It's hard to explain that to people. I found a necklace that was fish bones with rhinestones on it, and I was like, this is the tackiest thing ever, and this explains who I am as a person. People just don't get it, but that's who I am. And I've been loving all these Halloween creepy stuff coming out. I want to just decorate my whole room with skulls and flowers. I'm ready for October. Anyway, that is all from me. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today. Make sure to let me know how your No Buy July went if you decided to do it, and let me know what favorites you had over the last month. Did you rediscover anything new? Did you buy anything new and you really ended up loving it? Let me know. I would really love to hear from you. Anyway, thank you so much once again, and I hope we get a chance to chat soon. Bye for now.